Hello YouTube, another watch review video, and today something a little different. This is the Seagull 1963, replica of a Chinese airman's watch from the same company, oddly enough, in the same year. So let's get into the review. 3 parts. One, we'll have a look at the watch specifications, details, prices, and so on. Part 2, I'll discuss a little bit about why I bought this watch, and part 3, discuss whether or not I think you should be buying one of these as well. So what do we got? Came in a box, comes out the box. Now, a pet peeve of mine, people reviewing watches that aren't on their original strap, but I'm just about to do exactly that. This one came on a NATO strap. Came on this fairly perfunctory green, olive green NATO strap, quite drab and not particularly well made. Get rid of that. I bought a distressed leather strap, similar colour. You know, it was okay, but I then worked out that I really didn't like NATO straps. Also, it's quite a thick little thing, this, and it sat just a little too high off the wrist, I felt, with a NATO strap. So, what is this one? This is the basic model. As far as I can tell, you can buy these from Watch Unique, which are based in the Netherlands, or Long Island Watches in the USA. This one is the 38mm, so the smaller of the two sizes. They also do a 42. This has a domed acrylic crystal, and I didn't even bother going for the display back. You can always add one in later on, but I just felt the money was better spent on, yes, that's right, more watches. They're a bit of a novelty, display backs, in my opinion, not really worth spending money on if it's not coming with the watch. So acrylic dome crystal, this one says 21 jewel. There is a 19 jewel that Long Island sell. They do a panda dial, reverse panda dial, and you can get this little one, the 38mm, with a sapphire crystal rather than the acrylic crystal. Obviously more practical, but I think it kills the look of the watch. I bought the basic one because I really like that vintage aesthetic, the vintage size, and the vintage weight. Let's pop it on the scales. I always think that the weight of a watch has a big factor on how it wears. 59 grams, this one. Sits really quite nicely on the wrist as well. 18mm lug width, as I said, 15mm thick. 30 meters water resistant, this one, so you're not going to be swimming in this one. You're barely going to be doing the dishes with it. I certainly wouldn't be taking it into a shower. Not really a practical everyday watch, this one, due to the domed acrylic crystal and the lack of water resistance. Also, no loom on that dial, but it is a beautiful dial. So mechanical, hand winding, chronograph, this one. Wind it every day. Don't overwind it though. Maximum power reserve of about 45 hours. Now, I, in advance of this review, have timed it. I've got 2 days of running on it, and it came at plus 3 seconds per day. If it can maintain that over a week, 2 weeks, so on, that's really good going for a watch at this price range. These range from $160 for the basic model that I've got here. Now that's 160 US. I am in Australia, so I paid about 220 plus shipping for this one, about 250 all up if I remember, to 350 US dollars if you want the one with the sapphire. I wouldn't be spending all that money on the glass that I think kills the aesthetic of the watch. I would be sticking to this basic model. Don't bother with the panda designs either. As I said, it's a replica. It's not an original watch. They were made by Seagull in 1963 for the People's Liberation Army Air Division, for the Air Force, so there's a little bit of history there. Why did I buy it? I bought it because I'm a bit of a Sinophile. I appreciate all things Chinese, fascinated by China's 20th century history. It's what I study at the moment as well. And it's beautiful. It's such a cute little thing. Look at that pretty face. Applied gold indices. You've got a little applied red star in the middle, blue hands, red chronograph, and yet it still hangs it all together. It sounds like a funny combination, but it just looks great. So it is not hackable. You see the second hand still spinning away there. You wind it with that. Easy to set as well. Obviously there's no date, so pretty good. Start the chronograph. Red hand spins. Not the smoothest, 21,600 beats per hour, so a little bit jerky, a little bit clicky there, but who cares? It's more of a novelty factor anyway. A 30-minute timer on this one, so you can boil an egg with it, but you're not going to be flying to the moon or getting to the bottom of the ocean in this one. Should you buy it then? Well, not very practical. No loom, quite a scratchy glass on this particular model. but it's not a practical watch. It's not really an everyday watch. If you want something that looks vintage, looks retro, but it's brand new, then I can highly recommend the Seagull 1963. Just a beautiful little watch. Gets a lot more wrist time now that I've got it on one of these Hirsch Ranger Retro straps as well.